Another example of trying to say basically nothing to get elected.
Well, it didn't take long for the senator to attack my patriotism.
We are now 1 month away from the presidential election, and tonight a showdown between the candidates fighting for a seat in the U.S. Senate. 90 minutes tonight of back and forth. Republican Senator Martha McSally and challenger Mark Kelly. Now, both of them are hoping to finish the term of the late John McCain.
Mark Kelly has had a lead in the polls and in fundraising all along, and a central theme tonight was President Trump and the Trump administration. Dennis Welch joining us from outside the debate venue in Phoenix with a recap. Hi, Dennis.
Yeah, and first of all, you just got to remember, this is really an election year unlike any other. Like, so much of our political discourse is happening really downstream of what President Donald Trump is saying. This is a president, after all, who has been impeached. This is a president who's been heavily criticized for his handling of the coronavirus. Now, given that as context, Martha McSally, a strong supporter of this president, was asked if she was proud of Mr. Trump's record, and she didn't exactly say if she was or if she wasn't.
Are you proud of your support for President Trump?
Well, I'm proud that I'm fighting for Arizonans on things like cutting your taxes.
Senator, the question was, are you proud of your support for President Trump?
I'm proud to be fighting for Arizona every single day.
Is that a yes or a no for President
Trump? Putting legislation on President Trump's desk.
So you're proud of your support?
What really concerns me are the things that matter to everyday Arizonans, like their health care. Like a $1.9 trillion tax cut that he passed that went to the biggest corporations and the wealthiest Americans. And after that tax cut was passed, twice as many companies paid $0 in federal income tax. That's not leadership.
While McSally really wasn't clear on whether she was proud of this record, it is worth pointing out right now that according to 538.com, a website that tracks legislation and support thereof, that McSally is a strong supporter of the president when it comes to legislation, voting with him over 90% of the time. Now, at the same time, McSally was going after Mark Kelly, saying that he would be, if elected, would be nothing but a follower of the Senate minority leader, the top-ranking Democrat in the Senate, that is New York Senator Chuck Schumer. She was claiming that he would be a follower of him should he be elected here next month. Guys, back to you.
Dennis, her non-answer there was a bit of a surprise to people, but she did have an answer when she was asked about President Trump's repeated attacks on the late Senator John McCain.
Yeah, and, Mark Kelly was actually saying that he was concerned about that. They were talking about the president's, views on military. And McSally was, basically pressed on this. And she says, look, she has defended John McCain time and time again. She used some pretty strong language, saying that she is not happy when this president attacks the former senator here of Arizona. Again, some pretty strong language there that we really don't feel comfortable repeating right now.
And Dennis, this may be inconsequential, but I'll tell you, this is what everybody on social media is talking about tonight. The name that she gave Mark Kelly tonight, this counterfeit Kelly, does that mean anything? I mean, where does something like that come from, and what kind of strategy is that?
Well, that's up to the voters to decide whether that's inconsequential or not. I was speaking to a Republican consultant just a few minutes ago who really questioned whether she overused that. You're saying, he told me, he's like, look, if you use that 2-3 times throughout the 90 minutes, that's one thing. You can get your point across to voters about your views on Mark Kelly. However, when you're using it, it seems like every couple of minutes, just dropping that may be overused, and it might not be connecting with the voters out there you're trying to reach. Because, again, the polls you'd mentioned earlier, Martha McSally is trailing. She needs to win back some voters, and she needs to win those voters who are undecided right now. Now, whether or not calling your opponent name will do that or not, we'll have to see.
And Dennis, one more thing really quickly. Senator McSally has now released her tax returns, and I know you asked Mark Kelly about that issue.
I asked Mr. Kelly about that issue over the weekend because obviously we're coming off some recent reporting that revealed some of Donald Trump's tax returns. Now, this has been a big deal. I asked Mr. Kelly, who has been attacked on his business record, whether he planned to release his, and he said he had no plans to do so. So today, a few hours before this debate, Martha McSally did release those tax records exclusively to the Associated Press. So she's doing that to try to get him to come out with his. I don't think we should plan on seeing his release of his taxes. We should also mention that no candidates or have any legal obligation to release that kind of information.
Interesting debate. Dennis Welch live in downtown Phoenix for us. Dennis, thanks.